This is what I would say the weirdest tank inside the Holiday Ops 2023 loot boxes, Char Mle 75, the brand new tier 9 French premium light tank. It is weird for not only one reason, but for many reasons, and today we're going to talk about that. And do not forget to sign up to the Holiday Ops Santa's Helpers as well if you want to be part of my team. Code is in the top pinned comment, HO23 Dezrng, or choose your favorite content creator. Let's fill the progress bar together and let's get some extra goodies, such as the duty style, red hat battalion style over here. And at the end of the event, I'm able to host giveaways between everyone who picked my code, including premium tanks and more. Simply play the game, play random battles, get some points, let's fill the progress bar together and let's have some fun. And occasionally complete the Holiday Ops missions as well, the daily missions. Check it out, links are in the pinned comment. But now the Gimmick tank, which doesn't come only with one unique or weird feature, but the two. The first one you can see right over here, me switching driving modes, because it actually comes with two different driving modes or mobility modes. It has the standard and the turbine engine. You saw me driving up the hill with a 75 top speed in the turbo mode or turbine mode. And the second Gimmick is right over here. As you can see, it has two shells in the magazine, but every single time you click the button, it fires 3 shells and you cannot stop it. More about that in a second, because you just had to witness this one as well. To get 2 times all 3 shots, to hit 2 times all 3 shots from that range, guys, you must you must play with this vehicle to understand how rare this actually is, and especially into moving targets as well, not into targets who are standing still, because oh boy, I could talk for the entire video about the gun, how good it is sometimes, and like how horrible, how horrific it is the other times. So you're going to see actually the good, the bad and the ugly of this gun in this battle as well. For example, hitting another 3 shots, like what is going on over here, what is going on? And the next one, haha, this is more like it. This is usually the gun you are seeing, or at least I saw most of the times as well, where you aim in, you know, you're almost fully aimed in, your first shot goes where you aim it, and the second and the third shot go like wherever the RNG tells it to go, basically. But this is Char Mle 75, and it was definitely the trickiest tank from the loot box vehicles, from the new loot box vehicles, Char, BZ176 and the Iron Arnie, to figure out, is it good, is it bad, is it terrible even, or is it excellent even? And I have to say, even now I am confused, because I have had extremely epic battles where I destroy everyone, where I wreck everything, and then I have battles where I deal like 600 damage. Because you know, you're not able to do spotting, you know, on maps where you do not, where you're not able to do spotting, and in those type of battles, it feels very, very weak. Honestly, I have had battles like on Airfield. You know, Airfield is not very good lighting map, but that was a lucky bounce. But at the same time, that was actually quite badly aimed by the Bisonte as well to hit my extremely angled upper plate, or just maybe unlucky gun handling. And I have to pull back because the magazine reload time is 35 seconds. But yeah, you know, this is a light tank. Why are we talking, why are we focusing about the gun in the first place? But you know, first up, let's talk about the gimmicky feature, let's talk about the gun. And we can focus on the other things later. Now, talking about the gun, here you can see one quite a big drawback of this tank actually. You know, Bisonte has 91 hit points. I have 200 alpha damage, but guess what? I have to fire 3 shells at that 91 hit point tank. Doesn't matter. Maybe the enemy has 100 hit points, maybe the enemy has 50 hit points, maybe the enemy has 10 hit points and is artillery even. But you still have to fire 3 shells to take it out. This, like, the best way to describe it is just the waste of ammunition this tank has is criminal, right? Because I have run out of ammunition in many battles for that reason alone. When I need to finish off targets, but I need to use 3 shells. And it doesn't come with the biggest ammunition capacity to start off with. 111, I think I did hit 2 shots actually over there. And now hoping that guy to actually shoot at me, hoping that guy to get spotted, but he sadly didn't get spotted. I was out over there being spotted just to bait out the shot, basically hoping that after this guy fires, he's going to get spotted and I'm able to empty the second part of my clip for 600 alpha and hoping to finish off that 1390, which I need to take out in this battle because, you know, this guy is kind of a counter for me over here. Right, but this, like, I have been in, so many times I've been in a situation where I need to finish off low HP tanks and it is just waste of ammunition, or another situation where you can see that enemy tank is peeking, but you know that you're only able to take one shot at them. So now you're questioning, like, do you really, or do I really need to shoot like this one over here? What am I going to do? Am I going to waste 6 shots to kill a tank that needed 3 shots to actually be taken out, or should I let my teammates to take him out? Because luckily in this battle we are winning. We know where the rest of the enemy team is. I do not need that much ammunition, but what if the battle is more equal? You know, so many situations where you do not know if you should fire 3 shots to take out 10 hit point target or not. Or what I was trying to say before, when someone is peeking, you know that you're able to take only 1 shot into them. What are you going to do? Are you going to take that 1 shot which is a hit and after that they're able to get away and you wasted 3 shells for that, or not? You know, you're wasting 3 shells to deal 200 damage. It is a very tricky gun to figure out. Like, as I said, sometimes you're able to deal 200 damage with 3 shells. Sometimes you're able to deal 1200 damage with your 6 shells. And by the way, don't say anything about this shooting. This was just, you know, let's just say it is better to forget about this. I didn't miss out much damage, but I was destroyed, which sucks all the time, right? But over here in this battle, I was able to dish out 4300 damage together with the blind shots I had on the MX 1390, which for this tank is not half bad, I would say so. We didn't, you know, we didn't have chance to do too much spotting, too much scouting. I went to the middle. I decided to take that early to gain control over there. You know, over there we can snipe in the base, counter the enemy tank destroyers, artillery sometimes and whatnot. And it has 42 shells. You may think that, you know, 42 shells is nice, not bad, but if you are in situations like I was in the previous battle, taking out 2 extremely low HP tanks and wasting basically 6 shells to do that, or in the case of that AMX 1390, I wasted a lot more shells. The waste of ammunition is a problem. Now, next battle, and let's talk about some other aspects of this tank as well. For example, let's talk about the mobility. It has 2 different driving modes, and the turbine mode, the turbine mode is actually quite nutty. It gives you a lot of engine power. It gives your engine enough power to climb hills with ease. Like Westfield, you spawn from the, you know, from the pit in the, how do you say, valley. You spawn in the valley on the Westfield map, and I was able to climb up the hill with 50 plus top speed. There are not too many tanks which can say that, but while you are in the turbine mode, your gun handling is a bit worse. Your turret rotation from 60 is nerfed down to 20, and also the reload time between shots is slightly lower. You know, those boom, boom, boom shots, that is a bit lower or slower, and also the aiming time is nerfed as well. In this situation, you're going to see this gun being the amazing gun. 1200 damage potential dished out super fast, like TVP basically. You know, TVP is able to shoot empty its 4 shells extremely fast, and this feels like, you know, a little a light tank TVP version in those type of situations where you have massive sight to shoot, or when you're able to get behind someone and fully empty your clip. I have had plenty of those moments as well, when I'm able to get behind the tank destroyer and just empty 1200 damage into their butt. But okay, enough about the gun. Final words. Honestly, it makes, or it feels to be either extremely epic, massive OP, or extremely shite. This is how it feels many times, especially when you are missing most of your shots from the clip and only able to hit the first one. So mobility, overall, final words, hull rotation, amazing. Nice to control, quite easy to control for this type of mobility. Both mobilities are good in the both driving modes. A thumbs up for that. Another thing actually, what the driving, or sorry, the turbo turbine mode limits makes worse is your camo, even your moving camo. You're a light tank, yes, but it is worse, quite a bit worse actually, compared to the standard mode. In the standard mode you have the best camo. This is where you would like to be in when you are going to do the spotting, when you are trying to spot something, when you are trying to, I don't know, go into the other light tank territory, because otherwise they are simply able to outspot you very easily. I think you lose like 10% camo value when you are in the turbine mode, I guess because it makes more noise. So I would say low noise exhaust for one setup is definitely a solid option, and over here just able to spot the entire enemy team actually sitting back. But because they do not have too many snipers left, I'm trying to wiggle as much as possible. I can see that I rumbled the enemy nest and they are all trying to shoot me, so now I'm just trying to wiggle, going into or under unpredictable angles, and luckily was able to get out alive. And actually I noticed from the corner of my eye that the Scorpion G decided to pull back as well, so I decided to use this opportunity to drop down and to sneak up on the enemy team, because now they're busy just trying to find positions where they hide, and I try to use this time to get closer to the enemy vehicles. And like over here, I'm going to stop in this bush, pressing X. Pressing X actually stops your vehicle as well, just to go into the more camo mode, into the simple driving mode, where you have better gun handling as well. And now let's do the spotting, let's do the scouting. So here we have standard B, E4, artillery has been spotted as well. Sorry, this is a replay bug, guys. The outline was clearly shown. I had clear shots actually into standard B. I don't know how I didn't deal damage with one of my shots in the first clip, because I legit had clear sight. This guy was simply looking at me. But this is a replay bug. Sometimes the replays do not show the outlines. Like I can see that E4 right now over there, full red, but you know, it simply is not showing up. I have two different setups on this vehicle. More about that actually after this battle, when we go into the garage for the final verse, showing you the setup as well, which I decided to use. Over here, waiting for the reload in the turbine mode, because I'm actually thinking about going full YOLO into the standard B, and after that into E4 in the turbine mode. Boom, boom, boom. Standard B has been destroyed, and did you pay attention? Slightly lower. Oh my god, this is horrible. Slightly slower, you know, boom, boom, boom. The shells are leaving the barrel slightly slower, and over here E4 completely outplayed me. And while I was actually playing this game on the stream, I said, E4, come on, kill me. I'm driving in front of the gun, in front of that guy's gun, letting him to get the kill basically, because this guy legit outplayed me. But did you see, I fired, and just when I fired, E4 tracked me, made my vehicle spin, and because I was in the turbine mode, I was not able to turn my turret back fast enough. It has very fast turret rotation in the standard mode, 60 or 65, something like that, but in the turbine mode it is nerfed down to 20. So you have to keep that in mind. And I had to waste all my free shots into a thin air because there is no way to stop it. And here it is in my garage with the new Arnie style. As I said, I have two different equipment setups. I have one for the full-blown scouting maps like Malenovka, Prokhorovka, G standard, CVS, low noise exhaust, and coated optics. And the second setup is my favorite one actually. This is the more fun setup, of course, for bad scouting maps or city maps, or depending on the matchmaking as well, where I feel or I see maybe I need to do some more damage, then more reliable gun handling, double gun stabilization over here, which keeps the circle smaller. I tried ventilation, I tried improved aiming setup as well instead of improved rotation mechanism, but this is what worked the best for me personally, and this is what I like to use. Crew skills, brothers in arms is needed, camo is needed of course, and then you want to use the situational awareness and recon, well this goes without saying, and intuition, if you have good crew, good French tank crew, intuition, you have two loaders to think about, but sometimes you might want to get that extra oomph out of your penetration, loading APCR shells when you have AP loaded, which gives you 40 extra penetration, or some people use high explosive as well. Yes, the high explosive damage jump is quite mad. from 200 up to 370. This is almost like double damage. But you have 53 penetration and you have this weird gun handling. Many times I find, the risk using high explosive in this type of gun is quite big. The situations where you're able to use it are very limited. But when you're able to use it, of course, it is fun. Dish out like 2k damage, whatnot. But how often, ask yourself, how often do you see yourself using high explosive in the first place with this type of gun handling? You can carry one, but I just chose not to carry any. On the top of that, what I can say about this tank, TPM is absolutely atrocious, but this is a light tank. TPM is not the bread and butter of this. Reload time 38.56 seconds, 3.5 second reload time between shots, but I think it is slightly faster in the standard mode, if I'm not mistaken. But over here you can see the aiming time difference as well, 2.5 in the standard mode, 3.14 in the turbine mode. Then your turret rotation gets nerfed quite a bit, as I said. Camo, here you can see the camo differences, 34 for example over here without low noise exhaust, 34 goes down to 26, and this 26 is actually very dangerous territory. This is while you're in the turbine mode. This is what gets you outspotted by other light tanks quite easily. 26 is like some medium tanks, for example, let's say get 26, but if you use low noise exhaust, this one goes up to 35, and the standard mode goes up to 43. So one thing you definitely have to look out for. View range is quite nice, quite okay. 480 with the coated optics and the directive, or if you do not use the directive, it is 469. And all in all, what I can say about this vehicle, this is a tank, for the 10th time I'm going to say this is the trickiest to figure out, and I still have not figured it out. Is it like a complete trash, or is it actually a fun tank to play with? Because I have had many, very fun battles in this, and I have had basically as many frustrating battles with this, where this tank is the biggest trash ever. The gun doesn't work, you're not even able to use your gun, you have, bad map, bad matchmaking, and this is where it feels so much worse than AMX 1390. AMX 1390, where is it even? AMX 1390, the other tier 9 French light tank is over here. This is one of my favorite light tanks, the tier 9 French light, sorry, did I say American? Tier 9 French light tank has the, conventional, has the standard auto loader gun, and it is just absolute animal, absolute beast. And in most of the battles I actually felt I would rather be in this vehicle than in the other tank. Of course, the top speed numbers are better on the Char, the engine power, whatnot, the power to weight ratio, like this has 30, right? In the turbine mode, the Char has 40. So that's a super big difference. But the gun, the camo, how everything works, yeah, is it worth it? I would say if you miss out, and if you do not get this vehicle, you do not miss out much. At least this is like my first impressions about this tank. But the damage output sometimes makes me feel like this is crazy. Like, help me out over here, guys. Have you played with this tank yourself? Which category are you? Because while I was playing with this tank, I had super mixed feedback in the chat as well. Some people simply came in saying, you know what, I got Char and it is absolute trash. It is the biggest pile of shite I have seen. And there were some people coming in, this is the most fun tank I have played with lately. Which group are you? Do you think this tank is fun? Do you think this tank is trash? But as I said, I have had trash battles, I have had as many fun battles. It is a mixed bag. Do I recommend it? I definitely do not recommend it for newer players, for players who do not feel comfortable in the light tanks. Right now you cannot pick this vehicle anyway. Like, it doesn't matter if I say it, you recommend it, you are not recommend it, because it is in the loot boxes and it is on the borderline gambling if you are hunting a vehicle. But if you want to get, good bang for the buck, loot boxes are good for that. But I definitely don't recommend it for newer players, because it is a very tricky tank to master. I can say it is a tricky tank because it has so many gimmick features. It has a tricky tank to make it good, basically, let's put it that way, and you are so much better off playing with the standard light tank, I would say so. But if you master it, you can do some beautiful, beautiful things in it. It is like, you know, Barask is like easy tank to play, but to play it like to the extreme good levels, you need to be good at the game as well. But you know, Barask is way easier to play than this one. Way easier to play than this one. But guys, let me know what you think about that. This Char Mle in the comment section down below. Please do that. I get you next time with something else, with maybe another vehicle, BZ-176 or Iron Arnie. And I have to say, one of those tanks right over here surprised me a lot. What do you think surprised me? Iron Arnie or BZ-176? Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Check out Santa Helpers event. I get you next time. Much love. Bye bye.